8 123 of August, I have been seeing numbers, different types of numbers. Now, I'm not a person that's into numbers at all. I'm not into numbers, and I'm giving this out. I was going to wait, but I'm giving this out because I keep coming back to this, and I believe it's for a reason. I haven't been on for a minute, but I'm giving this out because this is for certain people, and they will know it when they hear it. And all these numbers keep repeating, and I saw a certain number in a dream, and then, not to mention, I heard appointed time, and I saw the name Habakkuk. And so when I went to Habakkuk, um, in the Bible, you have to read to where Habakkuk asked the Lord a question. And he asked him, he said, "O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee, O violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth not go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." So Habakkuk was basically burdened with the things that he was seeing in the sins and it basically the iniquity of those who have been doing things against the people of God. And the Lord answered him back. Okay, and he told him basically what was going to happen. If you want to know, go read it for yourself. It's 2 pages, but go read it. And Habakkuk asked another question, and he said, "Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine Holy One? We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment. And Almighty God, thou hast established them for correction." So I'm going to stop right there, and you got to go read. Habakkuk would asking another question and saying all this stuff. And then Habakkuk in chapter 2, Habakkuk waits for the answer. And he says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved." So I looked at that and I'm like, wow, okay. Habakkuk basically, to me, is he's standing in the watch. So he's like, I'm going to stand in the gap. I'm going to see what God is going to say back to me. But I'm going to stand and set myself on a tower, basically. And I will watch to see what he will say unto me. And what shall I answer when I am reproved? So I saw, to me, it was like something spiritual that I have never even really kind of thought about. It's like a watchman, basically, a watchman who's watching spiritually. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Physical, spiritual realm, all these kind of things, especially in the spiritual realm. It reminds me of a watchman on a watchtower, watching out. But this time he's watching to see what God is going to say to him, what God is going to speak to him. So he would answer, basically. And the Lord gave him the answer. He said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." So I'm going to stop right there. And so the thing about it is, when God tells you to write a vision down or even a dream down, whatever it is he has given you, the same way with Habakkuk, it's not your vision that you see for yourself. It's the vision that the Lord has shown you or given you. And so when you speak about these things, people think like, oh, it's not going to come to pass. Like, you don't speak for who. Everything has an appointed time. That's why I heard appointed time. Everything, no matter what it is, and God gives you something to speak and say, that has an appointed time. It's not going to be the time that you think it is or whatever. God has his own timing with things. Things that happens in the spiritual realm is much different in the physical realm. That's why a lot of people can't wait. They can't wait on the Lord in all these things. Because he's saying, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Meaning, oh, it's going to come to pass. It's going to speak for itself. He said, but, and not lie, though it tarry, meaning, in that part right there, I want to look up, it says delay or linger or stay. He's saying, wait for it, even though it linger, even though it may delay or linger. Wait for it. Just wait, because it's going to come to pass. And he says, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So right there in that one, it says, be behind, basically. Be late, be slack. It's not going to be late. Because why? It's going to be there. Because why? It's in an appointed time. And so God's timing and our timing is much different. And that's what a lot of us, and I say us because even when God gives me a word, I apply it to myself as well. I'm no different than anybody else. I am a human being, and I make flaws and I make mistakes. So, hey, it goes for me as well. So whatever God speaks to you, and you, this should say, people may not see it come to pass, so they looking for it to come to pass. But everything has an appointed time. He may give you a vision or a dream, and it may not come to pass for a year, 2 years, 5, 10, 20, 50. But we live in a time right now to where things are different. Time is speeding up. You know what I'm saying? Time in this world, not only physically, but spiritually. If you look around you, you can see like every day, time has literally sped up. And I'm going to say again, it has sped up again. Because you can, if you don't pay attention, you can lose sight of what day it is, what month it is, all this type of things. It has literally sped up. So time, even physical and in the natural realm, is different than the spiritual realm. And you're looking for like, God, are you going to do it this week? But God already have a timing on when he's going to release things into the atmosphere, into the physical realm. He already has a timing. That time has already been set, even though you don't know it, even though you may see these things that God is speaking to you and showing you. Even, I don't care if it's destruction. I don't care what it is, and a judgment that's coming upon people and all this kind of stuff. The Lord has released that, even though he put the words in you. He has shown you the vision. He has shown you all those things. Those words and those actions is going to be released upon the earth no matter what. There's nothing no one can do can stop it. But there is a appointed time for that thing. So that's why you have to understand that everything comes in an appointed time. There are people around here calling people false when they're not even false. There's an appointed time for everything. And that's what God was showing me. It's a release. There's an appointed time when things happen. Wait for it. Whatever God gives you, whatever word God gives you, has an appointed time. I don't care what it is. Everything is. It ain't going to be your timing. It is his. So whoever this is for, know that whatever God has given you, I don't care if he showed you a vision. I don't care if he showed you things about you. It's not your timing. It is his. Everything has an appointed time.